Yo, what's up everybody? eXtine here with just another Yyyaaooo vlog. Want to cover a couple different things, some news going on. So we've had a couple live casts going down this last week. We had some VODs of those up on our eXtv esports channel. I suggest you go and check those out. There is Lonely Hearts versus Performance Enhanced. I could be totally wrong about that. I'm so sorry. But that's actually a 720p version of the cast on our YouTube channel, so it's not like a Justin TV 480 copy. It's real high quality. And there's an awesome intro by Peters Mansbridge on that cast. I'm not commentating it, but it's still a great time. I highly suggest you check that out. There is commentary by me. I appeared on a TF2 TV cast earlier this week, last Tuesday, and that was a ton of fun. There's two maps, and I've uploaded a 720p version of my perspective, so the camera work is a little sloppy because I'm just commentating and not worrying about necessarily presenting the best view. I'm just kind of worried about looking at what I want to look at while I'm commentating. It was a really exciting match. I'm also going to be posting a Turbine Pro, which was the second map played, and that was super exciting as well. So that was a really great series. I think you guys will enjoy it. The first map was great, like I said, and the second map was really awesome. Turbine Pro is some slight changes from regular Turbine, but they're all for the better. Also going on this week, there was the Saxxy Awards just wrapped up. And that's fantastic. The voting page is up. You should check that out. The Team Fortress blog is where you can find that. Or there's going to be some key links in the description, which is right by the like button. The Saxxy Awards, we were pretty busy last week and a half, so I was hoping to get on here to holler at you guys. I've talked about it a little bit. I think that we'll see some people who went all out on the awards and some people who had some good stuff. I did a little bit of voting. I highly encourage you guys to do your voting as well. And, just spend some time flipping through some TF2 videos. I think, the integration of YouTube with Steam is fantastic. I think Valve is doing great things with that. And hopefully we'll see, more of a future of the integration of TF2 community-made videos in with Team Fortress as a game and a product. Anything that you have to say about the replay system, about the use of the YouTube, etc., direct your comments to Valve and let them know about it. They're very responsive to feedback, and so get it out there. Get it out there. And John L has been working on this. You see him on the forums. He's done a lot for the replay system, and surely there's going to be a lot more in the works. This Saxxy Awards was said to be an annual thing, and I'm sure once we actually see the awards being given out, we'll see the Meet the Medic, which will be really exciting. So unfortunately, I didn't really have time to do a Saxxy entry. I was a little disappointed, but sometimes there's things that you don't have time for in life, and I was working on a lot. I just felt like I couldn't spend the time that I wanted to put together what I wanted to put together when it came to the deadline. So, but some of the XTV editors have put out some fantastic things. You should check out Lucky Luke's channel. He linked me one of his entries. I'll probably throw that in the description as well. And that video was awesome. I really hope that he wins that category because Lucky Luke kills it. And yeah, the Saxxy Awards, a ton of fun. So congratulations to everybody who put out an entry. You'll probably see more replays from me posted up. I'm going to post another one that I almost kind of used as an entry. But yeah, anyways. But also, on the topic of voting and polls, a very important poll I just noticed was posted today. And I just noticed this like 10 minutes ago. I'm kind of upset about it. It kind of wound me up. So on the ESEA website, there's a poll posted. The poll topic is, should TF2 go vanilla? And this is the ESEA News website, not the main schedule standings league website. Should TF2 go vanilla? And I'm a little bugged too by the way that the options are phrased. Option 1 is yes, totally vanilla. 2 is yes, but vanilla and med unlocks. 3 is no, I need my gunboats. And that's it, So I don't know. It upsets me as knowing somebody that, polling and, I don't know, politics and vote holding, like the way that you phrase things is really crucial. And I feel that this is really unfairly phrased, and I really, 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 really hope that ESEA does not take the results of this poll and just like hold them up and be like, see, you guys said that you wanted vanilla and med unlocks, so that's what we did. We're just following what the community said. It's like, come on, guys. Like, the way that this is phrased, basically, yes, totally vanilla is like kind of crazy, so only 9 people voted for it. The middle option, I'll kind of get back to why I am hating on that. And then the third option, no, I need my gunboats, like, kind of phrases it as this like ragey, like, no, I need to cheese all over you with this item that's actually pretty balanced and opens up other strategies, you know? Like, gunboats are a legitimate item, and the only way that that question could have been phrased more trolly is like, no, I need my Wrangler. But the gunboats, like, get some hate, but really, they do balance things out really well, and the different items add so much strategy. Like, sure, hate on the gunboats, whatever. I'm not even going to turn this into an argument about the gunboats. But what are we talking about is, like, the option for, I want to keep the equalizer is, no, I need my gunboats. Like, that's really unfair as a poll to, to say, like, hey, I want to use the degreaser because it makes the pyro, like, more manageable. Hey, I want to use the gunslinger because even though it's annoying, it's a counterable strategy and it adds death to one of the off classes that nobody plays as because they're terrible. Like, that option is phrased as, no, I need my gunboats. And I think it's just really disappointing. If you guys want to watch some vanilla gameplay, the TF2 TV cast that I mentioned earlier took place in the ESL. So it was, vanilla setup. And, I love Team Fortress. So I'm not saying that vanilla TF2 is terrible. Like, it's still Team Fortress. It's still better than a lot of other games out there. It's still fantastic. It's still fun to play. But I just think that the argument about this, about, like, we should go back to vanilla med, go back to the classic days, it's just like Valve has added these new things to change things, to make things different, to improve things. Like, vanilla and med bans bonk, which is, like, an awesome unlock that adds more depth to the scout and creates more abilities and also helps defuse choke points, demo men locking up choke points with stickies. Like, how are you going to run a scout through there if he doesn't have bonk? He's just going to walk in there and get killed. Or you're not even going to walk in there. You're going to go around the other way, which they have 3 players guarding. I just think that it slows down the game a lot. Like, sure, it does focus, like, the key mechanics, the key gameplay stuff. And I think, some players are annoyed that they are getting challenged by these things that they don't expect. I got into a very fierce argument on the ETF2L, and this guy was like, people are just going to start throwing random strategies at you. And it's like, no, a strategy is not random. A strategy is never random, because a strategy means that you're putting a plan into action. And if you're putting a plan into action, it's not random. Responding to a strategy is, like, the most important part of a game, of a sport, of anything. It's like if StarCraft, they banned 6 pooling. It's like, no. And it's just, I don't know, it's going to be really, really frustrating and really disappointing to see the community, or at least the ESEA community, go down that path. Especially because, in Highlander, they play with all the unlocks, and it's not really a problem. I think Fist of Steel Wrangler, I think there are clear items that are overpowered for the competitive format. I think, like, the sandwich is overpowered. But I think that it's just so backwards. It's such a step in the wrong direction to just, like, instead of having the balls, having the gumption to put somebody in charge and have them go through the item list and be like, nope, that's overpowered, that's overpowered, that's overpowered, the rest of these are cool. Anything that comes out mid-season we won't use. Like, that's what it takes, is to put together a committee of people who are trying to include the weapons and to break them down and go through them. The last season, ESEA ended up, in my opinion, I don't have the list in front of me of what they allowed at the beginning of last season, but in my opinion, at the beginning of last season, they screwed it up. They did not. They allowed the battalion's backup, which was a new weapon at that point and kind of up in the air. Valve has since tweaked that weapon down, and so it might be okay to use again. But what happened last season was a strategy emerged on Koth Viaduct that was a dominating strategy on Koth Viaduct, but did not seem like it was going to be a strategy that was dominating on other maps. In fact, they didn't even let Battalion's Backup show up on the other maps because they insta-banned it right after that series of maps. And so I get a mixed signal from this because it's like ESEA last season, I mean, you guys are always saying, like, we're about the rules, we're about the rules, we're about the rules. And then an overpowered weapon comes out that, like, all of a sudden everybody realizes is overpowered. And then you guys ban it mid-season, and then now you're just going to go to vanilla because you can't handle weapons. Like, I disagree with the fact that you guys banned it during the middle of last season, but that situation wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I think everybody in the end was like, okay, that was pretty crazy. Nobody could win Viaduct unless they use the Battalion's Backup. Let's ban it. Let's move on with the season. That's not that hard, guys. It's not that hard. Like, if all of a sudden we see, like, gunslinger engineers running around like crazy in 66 maps, you know? Like, it didn't happen last season, but if the gunslinger gets a boost, and then all of a sudden it's the craziest thing that we've ever seen, and people are running 2 engineers just so they can have 2 gunslingers out there, then ban it again, you know? Like, that's the worst thing that happens is a mid-season ban. So I think that vanilla and vanilla or vanilla plus med is such a backward step, and it'd be really disappointing to see that happen. You know, I would definitely, I don't know. That's about all I have to say about it right now. You know, so head over to that poll. Express your opinions. You know, I mean, I really feel that you should vote no because of all the great unlocks that are in there. And then you can, from no, you can discuss which of those unlocks need to be banned. But don't just group all of the unlocks into no. You're talking about banning the flare gun. Like, okay. In other news, I do have 2 other tidbits of news that, like, thanks to the dedicated fans who've stayed with me for 12 minutes. 2 other pieces of news. The top 10, I did commentary on it. I did a take last night, but I did some more takes today. I nailed it today, and I sent the take off to Lucky Luke, so you guys are going to be seeing the top 10 within, you know, next few days, definitely without a doubt. Also, this coming Wednesday, anybody who's local in the Northwest, I'm going to Portland, Oregon's Ground Control. It is the best barcade in Portland, Oregon. It is an arcade where they serve drinks. After 5 o'clock, it's all ages until then. And last Thursdays and last Wednesdays, or second to last Thursdays, and last Wednesdays, they hosted an event that's like all-night free play. And I am going to this last Wednesday event. $5 to get in, 21 and up. You have to buy your beer. It's not like an open bar or anything crazy. But all of the games are free play. So there's pinball, there's Street Fighter, there's X-Men. They got some crazy Pac-Man Battle Royale game that they had an event for. And it sounds crazy. It sounds awesome. I've been to it a couple times, and it's always a good time. I haven't been able to go to it for a bit, so I'm really excited about going there again. I'm putting the invitation out there for you guys to meet me. Look for the epic burns. And give me a yow, dude. So, I mean, like, if I'm playing a game and somebody yows at me, I will look up. I guarantee it. Unless it's a really intense Street Fighter, and then I'll just yell back, and you can get me in between rounds. So, yeah, I really hope to see some people there. Molk the Tiger should be joining me. A friend of mine is flying back into town, so we're going to be partying. Bulbasaurus X should be with me. And unfortunately, Chong is not 21, so he's not going to be with us. Sorry, Chong. But I hope to see some TF2ers out there. Hope to meet some of you guys. PDXland.net as well for anybody who's local. Check that site out. I'm going to be at the next one, and we could always use more TF2ers there. So thanks for tuning in for this video, guys. Hearing my rants and raves. Check out all that content I mentioned. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out!